Because of the potential seriousness of this case, the manager passed it on to his senior manager, Helen. In this scene, you'll see Helen carry out a formal conduct meeting. Before it starts, it's her job to review the fact-finding file. She decides she has enough information to develop 2 conduct notifications for the employee. 1. Removal of a special delivery item from the lockers area on the 15th of January and from the mail centre. 2. Theft of 2 special delivery items on the 15th of January and the 21st of January and their contents worth £500 in total. Helen decided that both notifications amounted to gross misconduct and therefore summary dismissal was a potential outcome. Helen wrote to Sharon inviting her to a formal conduct meeting. The letter gave details of the time, location and conduct notifications. It also made her aware that dismissal was being considered an outcome. With it, Helen enclosed a copy of the fact-finding file.
Good afternoon, Sharon.
Hello. Good afternoon, Michael.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Before the meeting, Helen considered whether or not she'd need a note-taker and prepared a meeting plan. This included an introduction and questions about each notification.
So I understand, Michael, you are from the union representing Sharon.
Yes, I am.
Sharon, have you decided how you would like to be represented? You can choose to present the case yourself, with Michael supporting you, or Michael can present the case on your behalf. However, if I've got any questions, I will need you to answer them personally, as Michael wasn't present when the incidents took place. Do you understand?
I will be presenting the case on Sharon's behalf.
Following the meeting, I'll send you 2 copies of the meeting notes, and these will cover the main points raised. Before we start, I see you've bought a copy of the fact-finding file.
Yes.
Do you have any other documents you want to use during the meeting?
At this point, the rep should take control of the interview. The rep should focus on any procedural errors, any agreement breaches that the company may have done in the investigation and what occurred up to date. We should also cover what the member's opinion is of what occurred on that day. And we should focus upon any witness statements and any evidence that supports the member's case to prove or disprove any evidence that's been put against the member on any of the charges. If the member is guilty, we should introduce any mitigation as to why the matter occurred and why the member did what they did, but obviously only if the member is guilty of what they're being charged of. We should then bring in any length of service, any health issues, any stress issues, anything that the member can rely upon to defend themselves. And then at the end of that bit, we should then summarise as to why there shouldn't be a penalty and offer an alternative, remembering that the procedure is there for to support members, for to achieve standards. It's not there for to be punitive and for to penalise individuals. Very much a supportive and proactive agreement. So please make that point when you represent people.
No, we have no additional documents. However, I want to point out that Sharon was not the only person working in those areas that evening. We did not see any meeting notes from these people in the file. As part of any investigation, we want you to interview the 4 other people. They all had access to the special delivery items, and we also feel that they could have planted the items into Sharon's car because they car share.
Should not be throwing any other members under the bus, because that causes other problems for other members, and we're not there to get other people into trouble. We need to focus on the facts, the evidence, and any witnesses and procedural errors. So take control of the interview, represent the member to the best of your ability, and focus on what should happen, not other members.
So, let me start with the first conduct notification. Removal of a special delivery item from the lockers area on January the 15th and from the mail centre. What do you want to say relating to this notification? I now want to deal with the second notification. Theft of 2 special delivery items on January the 15th. So I've covered all the areas I wanted to. Do you have any other questions or areas to discuss?
We are now at the point where the manager has asked additional questions, so we need to make sure that we've covered all of them points off. We're happy that we've represented the member and we've got the best possible outcome we can. So at that point, the manager may then go away and do further investigations. So you should insist that that evidence and then witness statements come back for the member to then have an opportunity to answer that new evidence.
I do. I want to point out that Sharon has a 5-year clear record with Royal Mail. During this time, she has been a very conscientious worker. I would like this to be taken into consideration, please.
Yes, of course.
Also, you claim that Sharon has breached standards. But how is she supposed to know what these standards are?
Thank you for raising this. I will include this in my investigation. Anything else?
Thank you very much.
Following the meeting, Helen carries out further investigations. She interviews the 4 employees who worked with Sharon. She checks WTL records and also reviews Sharon's conduct record and length of service. She reviews all the information: chronology of events, balance of evidence, evidence to support, evidence against.
What I would say to you is every member wants to be represented to the best of your ability. Treat every case as if it's your case. Many members haven't got any experience of the CWU, so when they come into contact with the union, they want to feel as if they're being supported, so make sure that you represent them to the best of your ability.
And on the balance of probability, upholds the case. Finally, given the seriousness of the case and the breakdown in trust and integrity, Helen decides that summary dismissal is the appropriate penalty.